Welcome to the Nightly Rant
with
your hosts, Mike
and Torya.
This is the show where we examine society from a sarcastic point of view.
If you like insane conversations, this is definitely the show for you.
Let's get into today's topic. YPN people, I don't know about you, but I love helping out a friend. That's why I want to shout out my friend Brian Little and his podcast, Your Favorite Blockhead. This is the only show that manages to weave together peanuts and MMA into one heck of an amazing podcast. You can find Your Favorite Blockhead wherever your favorite podcasts reside and at yourfavoriteblockhead.com. Do me a huge favor and listen to Brian's show. You'll be entertained and you'll help out a friend. Now, as I said, let's get into today's topic. You know, you learn something new every darn day.
Do you want to know what I learned yesterday?
What did you learn?
That our dumbass cat named Jasper is a spaghetti-eating thief.
Yes. That's what I learned. It's one of those things that you would have never thought a cat would be interested in noodles.
So I
mean, noodles are just basically grains that
became spaghetti shaped.
Yeah, and it's kind of starchy.
This cat.
This
cat.
So here's the cat.
This guy over here is cleaning the kitchen after I made spaghetti. And so he tosses the leftover 6 spaghetti noodles into the trash bag sitting on the floor. Okay. The next thing I hear is Mitchell screaming at the jazz man, at the top of his lungs. He's like, Jasper, no! And then I come out the kitchen to see this little black rat running up the stairs with a mouthful of spaghetti noodles. And I'm like, whatever. He's just going to take them under our bed and then leave them there. And then Yogi will eat them later. Whatever. It's fine. They're just some spaghetti noodles. No. Then I go up the stairs and there's the jazz man gnawing away. He had almost finished all of it. There was just a few little tiny pieces of spaghetti noodle left. There's the jazz man looking all proud of himself after he ate his spaghetti noodles.
And he ate them, though.
He ate them.
That's the thing. I can understand as a cat stealing the white starchy noodles that had been sitting there for a while. I could get that because it's playful. But he actually took it and ate it. That's the crazy part.
Well, and it's when you bought me those flowers, the ones that lost their petals really quickly, he stole the petals and he would run around the house with them. And then the thing that goes in the middle of the doggy poo bags, he steals them if you leave them places and runs through the house with them. He's stolen my pens before. He tried to steal my mouse pad once. He's a thief.
Yeah. He's very mischievous. And I think that's what I like about him, is that he's mischievous. He will see me in the mornings and he will run towards me. And I'm going to the bathroom, so I hang a right and go into the bathroom. Then he usually does one of two things, but they're both sort of related. He will stand there outside of the door.
Chirping
at you. And then when you open the door, he either tries to trip you.
Which is most likely.
Which is probably 90% of the time. And then about 10% of the time, he... What are you laughing at?
No, I'm laughing at the jazz man.
He tries to trip you.
Mm-hmm.
Now I can't remember the other damn thing he does. What's the other damn thing he does?
Leaps up onto the counter and chirps at you more until you give him food.
Yes, he begs for food. But that's already there, by the way, the food.
You just have to shake it for him. That's all he wants.
Yeah, he wants to hear it.
He also, when you go to walk up the stairs, if he's down here, he gallops in front of you and cuts you off. He's trying to kill us.
Yeah, it's very interesting.
I've never lived with something that was actively trying to kill me before, but he is.
Well, what's weird about it is you're kind of describing a wild animal that's being tamed because, well, think about it. The little bro, he always comes for attention. There's always that need for attention. But at the same time, he wants to be number one. So, yeah, I could see him plotting against your life.
He's plotting against everyone's life.
Yeah, little jerk.
And then you walk past him when he's in the cat condo, and he'll, like, reach all his claws out and assault you.
Yes.
You try to step over him on the stairs, and he looks so sweet and innocent and sleepy. No, your foot is about to have 6 more holes in it than it had before.
Yes, that is the Jazzman. It is true.
But he is the friendliest, largest personality in the house.
Yes. That's why it's confusing
That he's
what
trying
his
to kill
true
us.
motives really are. But when you really look at it, it could be that he's trying to kill us. That's kind of crazy to think because he's so sweet.
But do you want to know why he's not actually killing us? Because then he would have no food.
Well, I was just going to tell you that, Bree is a lot like Jasper in that she could eat us anytime she wants.
She's not trying to kill us.
She's a big girl.
She's beautiful.
But she has the strength and she could do it. Okay?
She knows we're talking about her.
And she has come at me before and tried to push the boundaries a little bit. And what I do is I just hold the boundary. I don't need 200 miles between us. Just a little space. That's all. Just a little space. I'm not going to push her way, way back. Just, hey, you know what? Boundary. And I'm not going to push her beyond the boundary. I'm not going to let her cross the boundary. The boundary is the boundary. Period.
Sometimes when she's playing, especially like now because she's wearing the cone, if you roar at her right after you put the cone on her, she gets a little salty.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if the cone frustrates her and then she adds that frustration onto the playtime excitement, but she gets a little feisty.
I don't know. Have you ever had to wear, for even a short period of time, a neck brace where you couldn't move your head?
Funny story, good sir. I'm going to interject a funny story.
Okay. Better be funny.
When I started, it is, I promise. When
I
I
hope so.
first started college, I did my whole first year. And then the company that my dad worked for had a program where you could get a job as a summer student.
Always.
So I got a job as a summer student and they randomly place you. You don't get any preference. None whatsoever.
There's absolutely nothing wrong with the way that it worked.
I was assigned to the blasting crew.
Oh,
awesome. Boy. Mind blasting. Who'da thunk it? But then I tore the muscle in my arm my first week of work.
Oh,
so
is that when that happened?
Yeah.
Okay.
My light duty was to be the dummy for the mine rescue team's practice before their competition. I died like 4 times. I got thrown down a hill. I got strapped to those backboards. I was in those neck braces multiple times. I got winched up a freaking hill on a spine board, man. Yeah. It was a very interesting experience. So yes, sir, I have worn one of those collars for a small period of time.
That's too funny.
Yeah.
Just the way you presented that is just funny. Like, that is just hilarious the way you presented that. Such good sense of humor. That was funny. Now I have to regain my composure from you making me laugh like that. That was just funny. But here's the thing, though. This one here doesn't do things to try to kill you. And part of the proof of that is that when she kind of gets in your way and you like, oh, look out, Bree. She like gives you this like, oh, I'm so sorry kind of look. It's almost pathetic. It's like...
She's such a baby, though.
She's just a little baby. Exactly. And she loves everybody and everything. And the other
Except
guy...
that dog.
Yeah, the other guy, Jazzy, he'll try to trip you and then like you'll look and he'll be like sitting there like...
He loves
Prove
us.
it.
He does not love everybody and everything. He hates strangers.
Yeah. He never, ever, ever likes to let strangers into the house.
And when they do come in the house, even after he's told us he doesn't want them here, he hides under the bed. And then he stalks around and tries to kill us extra hard that evening.
Yes. You noticed that too, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. He's
a bit of an a-hole.
Does mean stuff sometimes. I will say that. I will completely agree with you on that. But like, Bree, she is pretty sweet. But to point out something, we got them new toys from Costco, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And one of them is like a 12-inch in diameter giant fluffy ninja ball.
Yeah, it's like a purple ninja head only.
Yeah, it's round and
It's like
purple and
weird.
fluffy.
It's really
with a
weird.
stupid little ninja face on
Has
it.
little eyes and little ninja thing around its head and face. Yeah.
And then we got them these like, I think there's a duck, an elephant, and like a hippo.
Right.
And
There's
they
like
have really-
three kind of tough, soft toys.
And
They're
Yogi
tough.
hates them. He
Yeah.
wants nothing to do with them even a little bit. He's afraid of the squeakers. He doesn't like anything about
He
them.
doesn't like the texture of the toys.
Right.
And you know what's funny? Bree doesn't love the texture of the toys either.
She'll play with them though. They'll eventually get destroyed
Yes.
when there's nothing else for her to play with. And then we got them these Kong toys, which we know that they'll love because they've had them, the like fluffy Kong toys. That's what the green gator was.
Yeah.
So we've had them like multiple times. They've had 4, I think, of the green gator that they've destroyed. There's feet.
Yes.
Like
Yeah.
its feet are all over the house right now.
I mean, little pieces of it everywhere.
But those we decided to save for Christmas. So they'll get an extra treat at Christmas time. But so the second these toys came in the house, Bree was like, that ninja ball right there, that's my bitch. And she did. She shook it. She chased it. She assaulted it. She threw it in my freaking face twice. She's killed it. But then today, Yogi comes in from when you take him for the walk, and he's like, this my ninja ball today.
Yeah.
And he was licking it, and he was growling at anybody who came near him, and I chased him around the room. The ball is taller than he is.
Yeah, it is. Not by much, but it is.
Yeah.
So that's kind of the funny part, though, is because here's this little dude trying to carry this big, giant ninja ball
Yeah.
and sort of succeeding.
He succeeded. He did pretty good.
I mean, for a little guy, he's pretty strong and pretty determined. when
That's
he
the
wants to
bigger
be.
thing. He's determined.
Yeah, when he wants to be, he's determined. And it was just kind of cool to see how they react to new things.
Very well.
Well, but see, what's funny is Yogi decided he didn't like the new tough soft toys with the squeakers.
Right.
And so he went for the purple head thing.
Right, because
Now
he had to have something.
right. And Bree, rather than fight with Yogi, decides to take the tougher soft toys. She compromises all the time. That's Bree. Yogi's more, I'm going to be alpha. And
He only plays with what he wants to play with.
I kind of like her approach more because she's more flexible.
Do you want to know what's funny? I sent Alyssa the video of him playing with the ninja,
Uh-huh.
and she said that too. That if Bree was as picky with her toys as Yogi is, she would never have anything to play with.
Yeah.
It's kind of the same thing as you just said.
Yeah, because she's so flexible. Almost to a fault, though, because sometimes you do have to put your foot down and be like, no, that's mine.
Yeah.
But, you
So
know.
that's the update on all of our loon bag animals.
Yeah, and then, I mean, they're kind of crazy. You know, the last thing I'd say about the animals is like the chubby cat. She all of a sudden wants to come and sit with me and get pet by me again. I don't cycles with that one. It goes in cycles. She is not truly capable of loving more than one person at a time.
Right.
And that doesn't mean like days at a time. It could be portions of the day.
Right.
She only likes that person. You guys go to hell. And then she'll switch, right?
Yes, that's what she does. She's cuckoo-dough crazy.
Well, that's the point. She's what's the word I'm trying to think of? She's kind of picky. I don't know.
See, she's picky with her people like Bree isn't picky with her toys.
Yeah, they're like I said, they're kind of polar opposites. So anyway, you look wonderful, like you're about to fall asleep. So
Well, on that super awkward note, good night, everyone.
Hasta bye-bye, Mr. Purple-Headed Ninja. Thank you for listening to the Nightly Rant.
If you enjoyed the show, please give us a 5-star rating on Apple Podcasts or Google Play.
If you didn't enjoy the show, please just ignore that previous request for a rating.
This has been a Yogi's Podcast Network production.